So Jamal put this together. The Dow capped a 9-day rally. Yep, first time since August of 2017. Please don't bring back 2017. That was a bad year for trading. We didn't do anything all year. Bank earnings have generally been good despite increased loan loss provisions. Well, that's just protecting their own butts. Microsoft had a monster move on plans to charge $30 per month per user for AI tools. That gave up a lot of it yesterday.
It gave up just about all of it, really. I mean,
Netflix disappointed. I would not touch Netflix here on the upside this morning. I wouldn't touch Tesla either. Tesla margins reeling after price cuts. And the one-day VIX hit a new low. That's the one day. Don't pay much attention to that. Don't pay it no never mind, of just under 7. The VVIX, which is volatility on volatility, has been on the rise. Same with skew, because that is how the market adjusts for the potential of, some kind of an outlier move. Let's go.
You might not touch Netflix and Tesla, but Tesla's up just about $3.50 this morning.
I know. I still wouldn't touch it. I'd sell it on the opening.
Unchanged.
All right, let's go next slide. So this is the banking sector. This is KRE and KRE and what is the other one? KBE. That's Keith Brett. I think that's one of those funds or something like that. But, clearly.
It is a spider banking fund, yes.
Oh, spider banking fund, okay. So clearly on an uptick here, which should be good for the Russell NASDAQ, which I guess.
I think what he's really trying to show you here, like when you look at your Russell, this is your Russell NASDAQ pairs trade here, or Russell anything trade here. I mean, the banking sector has been underperforming.
Yeah. Let's finally had a little uptick here. Let's go to the next slide. It's about time that the Russell 2000 has a little bit of a move. This slide here is the number of plus or minus 2% daily moves in the SPX. And when you look at like last year, we were having 2% moves every other minute, it felt like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And in 2023, have we even had a 2% move?
I mean, it's red. I think we have, but I mean it's few and far in between.
Thursday's session was the 38th consecutive day since the S&P had a 1% down move.
Yeah.
And that's the longest streak since Q4 of 2017. I don't even know.
You look at 2017, it doesn't even have a bar pretty much.
I know. I don't even know if we've had I don't even know if we've had a 2% move. Jamal lost internet, so he's out. Let's go next slide.
Yeah, the whole house, he said, lost internet. I gotta pay the bill.
This is telecoms. They have been ugly. Ugly. Obviously, telephones, we talked about the other day, was at a new low. Verizon, and IYZ, I don't even know what that is, but it must be a telecom index. But whatever the case, they've been ugly relative to everything else. And I don't know why anybody would want to buy Verizon or telephone anyway. So I wouldn't lose any sleep.
They both have earnings coming on the 25th and 26th, too.
I wouldn't touch them. Let's go next slide. So this is a good one because this is I don't think the wheat market is finally responding to the grains. Corn, wheat, and soybeans have been up big, down big. This morning, they're down big.
Yeah, wheat's down 22 cents, a 3% move. Corn's down 12 cents, a 2.5% move. But you're right. They were up 10% the prior 2 days.
They've been all over the place this week. So if you're looking for something with high vol that's very tradable, corn, wheat, and soybeans are absolutely tradable. I don't know.
Soybeans has been the untouchable one. Soybeans really hasn't had a downtick. They've had down days. Yeah. But it's a penny from its highs.
Yeah, well, it's down 16 cents today, so they got a little work to do. But we've been long corn, short soybeans. I think it was a small winner for us.
It's down 6 cents. You said 16.
Soybeans.
I'm looking at Q. I don't know what you're looking at.
I was looking at X.
Gotcha.
But soybeans have been, all over the place. But right now we're flat soybeans. We're just short premium in corn. That's it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So far, I think it's pretty much been a wash. Let's go to the next slide. And so closing this up, the NASDAQ is undergoing a rebalance intended to reduce the dominance of the tech mega monopolies. That's going to happen on Monday after the close. So many people have written up to us saying, how do you play that? We don't know. What do you do for that? We don't do anything.
Well, it's not a matter of we don't know. I don't think there's anything, there's nothing intelligent to do.
Well, I mean, there's no strategy that
For
I
a
know
retail
of.
investor, there's nothing intelligent to do.
Yeah, there's no
If you're a fund
strategy.
management-
I don't know of any strategy to play that, and I don't know of any way to try to take advantage of it. I don't think the pros know. I don't think the amateurs know. I don't think anybody knows what to do because nobody knows what everybody's stock positions look like. I just think when it gets down to the close, anybody that hasn't already adjusted their position just puts on market on close orders and sees what happens. It doesn't matter where anything closes because they're all going to get out the closing price, so everything's going to offset. The implied equity implied correlations have hit multi-year lows. That's actually pretty interesting because we don't see that very often. Obviously, if it's hitting a multi-year low, we haven't seen that very often. So I find that interesting. Apple's quietly working on AI tools to challenge ChatGPT. To me, that sounds like a lot of PR, but Apple's got to keep reinventing themselves to stay. They don't want to be a $3 trillion company. They want to be a $4 or $5 trillion company, I guess.
Sure.
They want to be bigger than the rest of the world. Carvana up 1,000% year to date.
But you know what? Apple actually didn't sell off. It didn't catch the $30 move like Microsoft did on their announcement. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
it just means the news all of a sudden, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Here's probably something that's interesting because even though bonds are up 20 today, they were down 100. They were down 1.5 points yesterday. In dollar terms, they were down $1,500 on a one-lot bond yesterday, and they're up about $600 today. But there's a 97% chance of a 25 basis point rate hike next Wednesday. And in Jamal's eyes, he really liked the significance of correlations in trading. It was a great piece that we did earlier this week. So, just as an FYI. And just to remind everybody that tomorrow is our the Unlucky Investor event in Chicago. It's where Jamal and he won't have any internet problems there because we're not using the internet. Jamal and I are going to be doing a class tomorrow in Chicago at the House of Blues. I think you can still sign up. I'm not 100% sure. I know New York's on a wait list. I know LA still has availability. I believe you can sign up in Chicago. If you want to see the topics we're going to be discussing tomorrow, you can see them at tastylive.com/events. There's a 4-part webinar series in there that I did. All the topics that we're doing are in there. The entire event is loosely based, and it's also driven back to Julia Spina's book called, option trading for the unlucky investor, or complex option strategies for the unlucky investor. And so during the entire class tomorrow, there'll be different page numbers that we'll point out that you can bring back if you want to learn more. It's kind of really interesting, done around a webinar series and then around a live show. It's about 2 hours long. It's very heavy. There's a lot of great content in there, but it's heavy, and you will definitely get lots of takeaways. And you'll get lots of takeaways. You'll be able to access all the information. You'll get a copy of Julia's book and everything, and she'll be there along with the bat, along with Scott, along with Steve will be there, Dr. Data will be there, Nikki Bat will be there, Liz Deerking will be there. We're going to have a huge crowd of just tasty traders. So we'd love to see you coming out tomorrow. Starts at 9, doors open at 8. Don't show up at 9 because there won't be a lot of good spots left. Just come as early as you can. Doors open at 8.
Awesome.
Plenty of parking there. Thanks.
Awesome. Tom, we're going to take a quick 90-second break. I know you went to the doctor before, and that's why you were late to the show. I hope he had small hands. I hope everything went well. We're going to take a quick 90-second break.
I got an MRI this morning because my back's been killing me.
Yeah, is that what they calling it now? Yeah, we'll be back in 90 seconds.
It was my first MRI of my life. It was very exciting.
Yeah, we'll be back in that MRI. Yeah,
and all I want to say is that from the technician that gave me the MRI said, you know what?
You're the best patient they've ever had.
You could be the best MRI patient we've ever had.
You and Donald Trump. We'll be back in 90 seconds. We got what's coming up next? Oh, the opening bell. You listen to Tasty Live. You were the